and I totally agree. And I think it's because, for a couple of reasons.
Okay.
Body shaming has become a real thing, right?
Okay.
And so, only a few years ago, it really wasn't a good thing to be fat. It was still disgusting and kind of nasty.
Sure.
Right? So when someone was morbidly obese, it was viewed as unhealthy and kind of disgusting. These days, with body positivity, Black women have been convinced that they're thick, they're voluptuous, they're desirable. No, bitch, you're fat.
Right.
You are fat. Okay? And what I really don't like is when they have the nerve to wear tight pants and tank tops and things. And they have their fat and cellulite just hanging, looking like, when you open a pack of sausage or some biscuits and some shit like that. It's the same
just spills
concept.
right out.
Popping up. It's awful. Anyway, so you have women like this who believe they deserve a nigga who's a combination of, I don't know, Boris Kojo, Shakespeare, Iron Man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And meanwhile, bitch, you're slinging chicken wings at Hooters. Or in fact, no, you're not good enough for that.
Right. I was going to say they can't do that.
Walmart. You're not a Hooter, and you're stocking shelves at Walmart. You're working at Target. Bitch, you have no right to be so entitled to think that you deserve the best when you're not qualified. You aren't the best. And one more point I'll make to you. Black women, or black men rather, who are the cream of the crop, men who are attractive, successful, they aren't checking for just one woman.
Right.
They want a variety of women. They'll never commit or be faithful to one woman, especially a Black woman who has a big mouth and a big ass gut. No nigga wants that, period.
No. Actually, hood niggas do, but even hood niggas want multiple women, right? And I think alpha male strategies, what Black women want, they want the loyal alpha. They want all of the characters of the quintessential alpha male, but with none of the baggage or none of the problems, none of the costs that come with the alpha male. Gentlemen, you are watching TSR Primetime. You're actually watching Sharpe Shorts with special guest Corey Alexander Haywood. Are you still writing for Your Web, EUR Web?
Yes, I am.
Okay, yeah, he's an author for EUR Web. Listen, the guy's a good writer. After he and I had the dust up, we exchanged emails, and we kind of figured out that he and I have a lot more common than I think that I realized. Corey, I've often been called a coon for a lot of different reasons. Maybe it's because of the way I talk. Maybe it's because I'm light-skinned. Maybe it's because I hold Black people and Black women in particular accountable. Do you catch that same kind of heat?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Which is why I actually wrote a book called Coon Flakes. But we don't have to go into that.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I've owned the term. I've been called a coon so many times now, but I've simply owned the term.
Okay.
I really have.
Okay.
And I embrace it. I wear it as a badge of honor because what it means is that I am not conforming to the ridiculous beliefs and views of Black people. When they say, we're not a monolith, right? But we don't all think alike. No, actually, it's the opposite. You all do think alike, specifically when it relates to politics, issues regarding the Black community. They all think alike. And so when you have someone else who challenges these beliefs, these notions, he's immediately labeled a coon or a traitor or an Uncle Tom. And so rather than trying to make Black people happy, the majority anyway, I've decided to do my own thing. And you can call me what you will, man. I don't give a fuck.
That's what's up, man. Now, here's sort of a general question. What happened to Black women? Now, here's the thing, man. I'm not going to sit here and say that, because I see Black women all the time that I'm attracted to. The only reason I don't date them is because number one, most of them just aren't available to me. I live in Philly, and most Black women you run into, and it's funny, Black women always point to the fact, well, we don't want y'all anyway, blah, 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 blah. White boys are checking for us. Oh, for real? And again, women live their lives in outlier TV. Black women are no different. What happened to Black women? Black women used to be, like the strong Black women are Coretta Scott King, the Myrlie Evers, right? The widow of the late great Medgar Evers. Those were strong Black feminine women. What happened to Black women? Why, what happened? Why did they become so undateable? Why did they become so bad? And why are they not looking to change? They keep doubling down every few years and they become worse and worse.
When I realized that Black women had reached the point of no return,
When's that?
Not all, but many, was when there was something that came out you might be familiar with it. It was called the For the Dick Challenge.
Yes. Oh my God.
And
yes.
so black women recorded themselves going down a list of things they would do
for that dick.
For the dick.
Right.
It was not only just regular. I'm talking about celebrities.
Yes, Issa
Lathan, Gabrielle Union.
Issa
you know what
Rae.
I'm saying?
Yep.
People who you would never think would stoop to that level were participating. Erykah Badu were participating in this foolishness. And so, in my mind, that's when I realized, you know what? Many of these black women have absolutely no hope whatsoever. I also blame reality TV,
yes.
Real Housewives of Atlanta,
Woo!
Basketball Wives, Love and Hip Hop. These TV shows have poisoned the well. They have poisoned the minds of black women, and all they want now is attention.
Okay.
And they'll get it by any means necessary.
Unbelievable. Okay, so
they are the Malcolm X's of ratchetness.
Okay, the Malcolm X's of ratchetness. You should turn that into a hashtag. So what is there any hope for black women at all? Like, what do black women have to do to become attractive to black men again?
You know, all black, and it's funny, men in general, I think all we really want, we're very simple people, right?
Right.
All we really want you to do is shut the fuck up when we're watching the game, fix us a sandwich every now and then, and fuck us when we want some pussy. That's it. We don't need anything more than that, generally. But the problem is black women require too much of black men.
Yes.
I don't encourage black men to lower their standards. I encourage them to adjust their standards so that they're reasonable. If you want a good black man, if you want a faithful partner who's committed to you, right, then perhaps you should give a chance to the guy who may not be 6'1", rippling muscles,
right,
earning 6 figures, driving the sports car. Maybe you should give a chance to the guy who's working at T-Mobile. He might be a few pounds overweight. He's driving an average car,
right,
but he'll be good to you. The problem is black women need validation.
Yep.
And it's because many of them don't get children. So the validation they get comes from men who can give them money, men who are good looking so that their friends will say, oh, girl, you got him? You must be doing your thing. It's all about validation, which they crave because really internally they're insecure, they're bitter, and they're despicable, many of them.
This is interesting. You go to the black community, and listen, I mean, I'm headed down to Atlanta, which is the black mecca. That, to me, that is headquarters for the ratchet ass black women. Black women look around the black community and they see that they are fucking miserable. One would think, Corey, that one of them would look around and say, you know what? Maybe I'm doing this all wrong. Maybe there's something I don't know. Maybe I need to look in another direction. But they keep doubling down. Why is it? Is it a pride thing? Is it because black men, is because they don't like black men? They're not going to do what we're telling them. I mean, why is it that black women won't change? Again, it's like when you put your hand on a stove and you burn it. What aren't you going to do? You're not going to put your hand on the stove. Black women are burning their hands on the stove with Pookie, Ray Ray, Tyrone, Riri. They got 5 different kids by 6 different niggas, and the reason why it's 6 instead of 5 is because they don't know if it's Tyrone's or Riri's. And again, I say that tongue in cheek, but it's true. Why don't they change? Why is it that they stay in this lane? To me, it's bewildering. I can't figure it out.
I think it's because they're masochists. You know, when you listen to women who, for example, right, R&B singers, the Keisha Coles and the Faith Evans of the world, and others, all of their songs are about heartbreak and how men have done them wrong and how they've tried to be good women, but they're constantly heartbroken and they're mistreated. I believe that black women enjoy despair.
Wow.
And it's because it gives them a chance, right, to complain and to be the victim. And this is actually symptomatic of the black community in general.
Yeah.
We would prefer, really, to be enabled and not empowered.
Right.
And because of that, we constantly portray ourselves as the victim. We have a victim mentality, and that's present within black women. That's why they keep going to no good niggas, is because really they don't value themselves.
Woo! Wow! Preach, nigga. This is what I'm saying. Black women are, they're steady talking about, I deserve this and I deserve that. Well, really, if you did deserve all of these things, then you would have all of these things. But just like you said, Corey, they know they don't. They know they don't, and that's why they end up with no good niggas all the time. 646-668-2519. Let's go to the phone lines. I got an unknown number, area code 11111111.
Yep, that's me.
All right, good stuff. You're on live with Corey and Donovan.
Okay, thanks. Okay, you guys were talking about black women not having, I guess, any self-respect. If you guys have dealt with the white community, then you know the white chicks have the same problem. No matter how much they put on the makeup.
Yes, I love it.
No matter how much they
I love it. The white girls do it too argument. Oh, man, listen, check this out. I'm a baseball fan, right? So what you just did, you threw me 4 pitches. The first one was a strike. The next one, the next 3 were balls. So guess what? I know the count is 3-1. You don't want to put me on base because the bases are loaded. So what are you going to do? You're going to throw me a fastball right down the middle, and I'm doing what's called sitting dead red. The white girls do it too argument is a weak argument. You want to know why? Because at least when you fuck with white women or non-black women, and I'll be honest with you, more white women get up to more bullshit than black women. Why? Number 1, because they can. Number 2, because there are more of them. Right? So let's go ahead and get that out of the way. White women are more diabolical. White women will fuck you over. White women will put you in jail quicker than a black woman ever would. Here's the difference. At least, at least with white women, my nigga, you are getting something out of the deal. At least with white women, you get your dick sucked. You get femininity. You get a little bit of deference. You get some submission. So you get submissive. So yeah, absolutely. Listen, a white girl will cheat on you quicker than a black girl ever could because white women simply have more options. But guess what? Black women are up to the same fuckery. The difference is at least you get something out of the deal with white girls. With black women, all you get is the fucking headache. So honestly, miss me with that white girls do it too bullshit. I'm not here for it.
Whoa. I wasn't trying to make any comparisons. I wasn't trying to bring in a scale of 1 to 10. You choose which bitch is the worst. I was just saying white women, Asian women not so much, but even if the Palestinian women who have a reputation of being acquiescent to their husbands, they're not that acquiescent. They capitulate in public, but in private, they own the household. So women of all statures, of all races, creeds, and colors, especially now with the influence of the West industrial society for the past 60 to 100 years, all women, and even especially when they come to America, have that attitude of, even though they feel entitled, they still have a problem with their self-respect and self-worth, especially when they come across a guy who says, you're not a princess, you're just a woman.
Sure.
Prove to me your worth.
No, I got you. So let me ask you a question. Oh, no, go ahead, Corey, if you want to weigh in.
No, I'm saying I agree. I have nothing more to say. He pretty much summed it up. Totally agree.
Let me ask you a question. If you had a white woman, Palestinian woman, Mexican, Asian, or a Latina, rather, let me be politically correct, a Latina woman, a white girl, and a black girl, which one is at the bottom of the totem pole? Which one do you least like? Which one do you least want to fuck with?
If I had to choose amongst all of them, I would probably say the black chick.
There you go. My point exactly. Thanks for the call. He proved my point for me. 646-668-2519 is the number to call to get in on the conversation. Another private caller here, area code 1111. You are on live with Donovan and Corey. Go ahead, my friend.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, brother?
What's up, man?
So it took that quick for the deflections to deflect to all other races of women.
I love it. I love it.
That it would take. I thought it would take at least 5-10 calls to get to that.
Nope, first one, got right to it.
So I just want to add on, Corey made a point about black women identifying and wallowing in pain and everything, and I made that argument to somebody just recently. I don't know if you're familiar with, if you remember the singer, if you know the singer Mary J. Blige.
Oh, of course.
She made her bones singing, that whole love is pain kind of thing. And I remember, I think she's been around for a while, so I think it's either her 3rd or 4th album. She was actually in love, and she was, kind of happy and singing love songs. And I remember at the time, a lot of black women kind of didn't like when Mary J. Blige made that turn, because they started to really identify with her being, woe is me, and my boyfriend ain't shit, and
niggas ain't shit,
and all that stuff. So Yeah, so it's like they don't even identify with happiness or any kind of positivity. So I think you guys definitely hit the nail on the head with that one.
Yeah, Corey, what do you say to that, man? Like you pointed that out exactly. You said black women ain't happy unless they ain't happy. Look, the proof is in the pudding. There with Mary J, right?
Yeah, once again, totally agree. Totally agree. And just to piggyback on what he said briefly, what they have done is accuse us of their unhappiness. They're blaming us for how they feel.
I love it.
And they've managed to demonize black men, right, while really hiding behind their own insecurities. Bitch, exactly. I'm not responsible for how you feel. You're miserable because of the decisions that you've made.
Right.
You're miserable because you choose to fuck with the wrong niggas. Right? They impregnate you. They leave you high and dry. You're upset with your job. You're upset with your life. You're upset with your existence. And you're trying to impose or project your feelings on me and other black men. We're not going to let you do anymore. We're not going to let it happen. And what I encourage black women to do is to stop elevating pussy. The reason why you have a lot of these simp-ass niggas agreeing with women is because they're trying to fuck. The moment that we denounce pussy, it is the moment that the balance of power will return to its natural form. We cannot allow these women to manipulate us based on the fact that they can give us pussy. Because to be quite honest with you, brother, you can pay for that shit, and a whore will fuck you better than any of these black women can. I'm just being straight up.
Hey, listen, keeping it 100, and listen, and to add on to that, here's the thing, dude, and this is not just with black women. This is with all women. Most women, all they bring to the table is pussy, and you know what? We can sit here and blame women for being insufferable bitches and only offering pussy, but Corey, you hit the nail on the head again. The reason why is because these. But hold on, these simp ass niggas are only. That's right. These simp ass niggas are only requiring girls to give them the pussy. As soon as they give them the pussy, oh, she's wifey material. She's got a fat ass. So I'm gonna marry that bitch. I'm gonna put a couple of babies in her so she don't go nowhere. Well, guess what? If all she has to do to keep you as pussy, then guess what these bitches are gonna be out here doing? Just giving up the pussy. They ain't trying to cook. They ain't trying to clean. They're not trying to be submissive. All of them have fake hair. Listen, if we reward bad behavior, what else do we expect? If your dog comes in and pisses in the house and you give the dog a treat, what's the dog gonna do next time he's in the house? He's gonna piss on the goddamn floor. That's what it is. Go ahead.
Agreed. But you hit on it earlier also, Donovan, at least with other groups of women and even black women from other, non-American cultures, they at least step their non-sexual value up. So they at least provide some non-sexual benefits to you, whether it's support, nurture, cooking, cleaning. They at least try to focus on that element of what they bring to the table also. And black American women tend to not do that. Unless, of course, it's a white man that they're with, then, they kind of step up their game.
Hey, listen, hey, check this out. If black American women want to step up their game for white men, dude, listen, I'm not, honestly, man, this is the difference between men and women. I'm not, if you're a black woman and you consolidate on a white man, I'm being honest with you. I am not mad at you. Like, for real, if your game is tight, if you're holding it down and you can go get you white man, girl, listen, you do you. Here's the problem, and this is. Go ahead. Sorry
about that. I was going to say the best part of that is if they could produce more Meghan Markles, that would really be the thing. But go ahead.
Well, younger Meghan Markles anyway. And thanks for the call, caller. Right. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my thought here. With as far as black women are concerned, they always, and Corey, I'm sure you've heard this all the time. Well, fuck y'all niggas, y'all ain't shit. And area code 540, I see you on the line. I'm gonna get you in a minute. Y'all ain't shit. We're gonna jump ship. I'm sorry, Corey. What ship are y'all jumping to? They point to Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. That's a once in a lifetime situation, dude. Prince.
Well, also, let me, on top of that, Meghan Markle ain't like you bitches.
No, she's not. She's not you.
In fucking Compton, South Central, okay? You bitches were born in the ghetto. Meghan Markle ain't like y'all. She's cut from a different cloth.
Straight up.
She was born in the lap of luxury. She was born into privilege. First of all, she's half white, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Her father was, what was his position? Do you remember? I know he made a lot of money doing it in the entertainment industry. Whatever he was doing.
Yeah, I think he was a producer or something.
Significant sum of money, right? Okay, so they were well off.
Right.
He went to private schools, okay? In fact, if memory serves, Did she graduate from Northwestern? What did she graduate from?
Listen, she graduated from Northwestern. She actually did, I think she did like a summer internship down in Chile somewhere. So she's well-traveled. She's, educated woman.
Exactly. She's well-rounded, well-prepped. She's on a different level. Not to mention, she has only dated white women throughout her entire life. She's not like you. You see, what they did was they co-opted Meghan Markle. That's what they did, black women. Oh, well, she's one of us. I even read some dumbass article, and the headline was, Meghan Markle's engagement to Prince Harry gives hope to all black women. No, it doesn't, because Prince Harry ain't fucking with you bitches.
Oh, my God,
You think he's going to be scraping at the bottom of the barrel to find you black holes? Absolutely not. He's not coming to Compton. He's not going to the mean streets of Atlanta and Baltimore and Detroit. He doesn't want you bitches. You're not going to find him.
This is great, man. You are echoing everything I want to talk about here. 646-668-2519 is the number to call. Area code 540. You're on live with Donovan and Corey. Go ahead.
Yo, what's up, Donovan? This is Jay from Facebook or the Dread Man from YouTube.
Hey, what's up, Jay? Jay Thomas. Yeah.
Chopping up with you guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, man. I just now chimed in on you guys, and I wholeheartedly agree with what you guys are saying, because check this out. Like, I've checked out this article about black women and saying, well, are the pickings too slim or are black women's standards too high? Check this out. To the average black woman, they can be like, oh, he got to have a job that makes more than $75,000 a year. He got to have no less than a bachelor's degree. He has to drive a Mercedes, a BMW, or a Cadillac. He has to have his own house already paid for. He can't live in a rinky-dink apartment. He got to be 6'3", 230 pounds, all muscle, tattoos, and a beard. He got to suck toes, eat pussy, eat ass, have a 10-inch dick, and on top of that, be faithful and have a good personality.
Right.
Do you think you're going to get all that? Like, what the hell? I mean, the thing is, they want all that, and guess what the hell they come to the table with? Emotional baggage,
there you go,
debt, a couple of badass kids, and guess what? Some ran through pussy. You have to get what you give back.
That's right.
The problem is that you expect so much, but you want to give so little. The game don't work like that. And what my homeboy said earlier about putting pussy on a pedestal, I don't know why men do that in the first place, because guess what? There's more men than there are women. Women outnumber us 3-1 in the United States.
Unbelievable.
That, on top of the fact that, if you count men who are over 50 and already married, if you count gay men,
doesn't matter. The ratio advantage. Listen, the ratio advantage is out. Listen, we still have the ratio advantages, though.
Yeah, still. I mean, yeah, but I mean, with those little factors in mind, still women outnumber us. So I don't get why we're putting pussy on a pedestal in the first place.
And the reason why men put pussy on a pedestal in the first place is because this is what we were raised to believe. We are raised to believe that women are made of sugar, spice, and everything nice. That women are good and virtuous women who follow their moral compass. Nah, bitches ain't. Listen, back in the 1940s, 1950s, maybe most of them, it ain't like that these days, man. The problem is, niggas' minds is back in the 1940s. They get with Laquanda, and they think Laquanda is like her great-great-great-great-grandmother who was married to her husband, I don't know, Emmett, for 45 years before he died in the minefield or something like that. It's not like that anymore. And these niggas, and this is the thing, man, niggas know these bitches out here. They know these bitches are out here on some fuckery, on some bullshit. They know it and they see it, but they don't have the balls to live their life. They don't have the balls to say, you know what? Fuck y'all. I'm not fucking with y'all anymore, because pussy is the end all be all. And that's it. Listen, and girls are giving away pussy like Halloween candy. And niggas out here don't understand the economic principle of supply and demand. If girls are out here giving away pussy, that makes pussy less expensive. It makes it cheap. So why are you paying new car price for used car pussy? Like, what are you doing that for? I mean, it's counterproductive at worst.
Exactly.
I totally agree. Just interject real quick here. On top of that, a woman will say, if you're taking her out, if you decide to do that, because some men still treat women to dinner and drinks and things like that, a woman will say, well, you're paying for my time, as if you're more valuable than I am. No,
unbelievable.
Bitch, you're not. I'm not.
You got to earn it.
Your time.
No, You got to earn my time.
You have to earn my time. You have to earn my money. What niggas do is they trick on these bitches the first and second date, spending hundreds of dollars, dinner, drinks, movies, whatever the fuck they're doing to impress these broads is why women feel like they're entitled to our money. God, and let me tell you this. If women conducted themselves like the women of my family, or like my grandmother, women who, were back in the 40s and the 50s, back when the country was different. When women were more submissive, back when wives would cook for their husbands and clean, iron their husbands' drawers, and they were faithful and loyal, supportive. Right. That is worth my money. I will pay for those things.
Right.
But you bitches are taking selfies and twerking. You can't cook. You don't clean. You don't do anything. How is that worth anything in my wallet? It's not.
It's not worth anything. It's not worth anything in our wallet. But again, this is why these simp ass niggas are fucking up the game for the rest of us. Right? We're expected to pay top dollar price for bargain basement pussy. Jay, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, man. And see, this is another problem is that girls will get, let's just say his name is Tyrone. Tyrone ain't shit. No job, no car, no education, criminal record, and got 5 kids by 5 baby mamas. And yet Tyrone gets pussy just thrown at him.
All the time,
And
man.
the thing is, girls will fuck Tyrone, but then they will make the nice guy pay for all this, oh no, he's got to do all these things for me. He has to do, but meanwhile, all Tyrone has to do is just say, hey, bitch, get over here and suck this dick.
Check this out. And thanks for the call, Jay. At the end of the day, and this is true of women of all races, they make rules for beta males. They break rules for alpha males. They don't hold, listen, they don't hold the same standards for Tyrone as they do for a guy like Herb. Oh, no. Herb's got to have it all. Tyrone, okay, so he's got 5 baby mamas. He lives with his mama. He doesn't have a car, but I'm still going to fuck him. But Herb, listen, Herb's got a $55,000 a year job, owns his own home, drives a reliable car, but he still has to have he's got to have a 10-inch dick. He's got to be ripped. He's got to be this. He's got to be that. It's ridiculous. And this is why bitches don't get nowhere. And area code 323, I see, I'm going to get to you in a minute.
You're not getting that shit from me, bitch. You get a ham sandwich and some Tampico punch from me. You ain't getting shit from me.
Oh, Corey, you crazy as hell, man. I got to have you on more often, man.
So it's like, I really, like I said, and I'm going to tell you why they go for Tyrone, man.
Right, okay.
I'll tell you why. It's because Tyrone doesn't give them the attention that they want.
There you go, man.
Tyrone fronts like he has things going. Like when a girl calls a nigga and he says, I'm making moves, really all he's doing is moving from one room to the other in his mama's house. He's not making fucking moves. Right. But the bitch believes he's making moves. Like, oh, he's on his grind. I think the key for men, and I'm no dating expert at all. You know what I mean? I have my challenges and my struggles too.
Sure.
But what men have to do is focus on their purpose.
Boom.
When a woman believes that she's your everything, right? That your world revolves around her, she immediately loses interest for you.
There you go.
The women who chase you, the women who actually want you, are those who feel like they're not a priority for you. So it becomes a challenge for them to get your attention. A lot of these guys, they get some pussy and they call in their bitch back the very next day, the very next hour. It only tells her 2 things. Number 1, that you're needy as fuck. Number 2, you ain't got no options. And if a bitch thinks that other bitches don't want you, she'll stop fucking with you instantly. That's how it goes. It's stupid as hell, but it's the truth.
And it's fucked up that the game has to be like this. Like, I tell my guys all the time, man, in order to keep my girl in line, dude, you have to be a totalitarian dictator. I don't want to have to be that, but you know what? I'm a man. I adjust. I adapt. I am who I am because I gotta be. Because I'm gonna tell you what, man, if my woman, if she detects any kind of bitch in me, guess what? She's fucking the next nigga, right? That's how this works. And to be honest with you, I don't know. I don't want to veer off into another conversation. Women reward masculinity. And when it comes down to it, masculinity is what they're looking for. But unfortunately, masculinity comes in the way of Tyrone and Pookie and Ray Ray, etc., etc. And this goes to men just not being men. Listen, this is every bit as much our fault as it is theirs. And the reason why bitches ain't shit is because niggas ain't shit. And niggas ain't shit because niggas ain't shit. Niggas need to step up their game.
Exactly. I've been saying this for years. Focus on your grind. Focus on your career. Focus on your purpose, or at least discover what your purpose is. Men, they dedicate their lives to chase and search, to trying to impress women.
There you go.
That's not, first of all, it's not effective if you're trying to get women in the first place.
No.
And second of all, it's really not fulfilling. If a man has fully realized his purpose, if a man is on his grind, if he's making his money, if he's got things going, it will give him the confidence and it will show. People will see it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And women are attracted to that. And also, if a man is focused on different things, he's focused on his money, if he's focused on his job,
Yes.
his career, if he's
Yes.
focused on his whatever else he has going on, women won't matter to him as much. So even if a woman doesn't call or text him back immediately, fuck that bitch, I got other things going.
That's right. And women are listen.
If a woman is giving him drama, he ain't tripping because he has other things going.
Or other bitches going, right? And listen, this is that scarcity, this is that scarcity mentality. We preach this all the time in this sector of the web, is having an abundance mentality. You listen, again, if your bitch gets out of line, you gotta have that rock solid frame to not feed into those emotional shenanigans. The way to do that is if you got other stuff going on. You don't even, here's the thing, you don't even have to be fucking multiple bitches. You just have to have multiple irons in the fire. Me, myself, I work out. I'm in the gym every day. I do spin class. I was doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now I'm looking into maybe getting into boxing class and doing Krav Maga. I'm working on a mobile app. I do this show all the time. I'm getting ready to go down to Atlanta. I got all kinds of stuff going on. So if my woman were to get out of line, all right, cool. I know it's time to pull back. Maybe it's that time of the month. Maybe she's PMSing. I'm gonna check my cycle calendar. Okay, it's PMS, so I'm gonna keep my distance. But I'm not tripping because I got other shit going on. Women don't respect men who are all about them. They say, I want a man to be all about me. Guess what? That might be what you think you want, but that's not what you need, sweetie. You need again, just like you said, you need a man who really is on his grind, and a man who's on his grind ain't got no time for the nonsense.
Exactly. They don't. The half of the shit they say on social media, they don't fucking mean.
Of course they don't.
I want a man to be attentive. I want him to be in touch with his emotions. I want him to articulate how he feels. I want him to shower me with attention and affection and love, and I want him to be there. They don't want that shit. They cheat on those niggas.
Boom.
They use and abuse and step on those niggas. It happens all of the time. And I've had to learn this shit the hard way. Because I think that most guys, if we had it our way, you know what? We'd have one chick. We'd be faithful to that chick.
Right.
Especially if she's a good woman.
Right.
Cool.
That's what I'm saying.
The problem is they play so many fucking games. They take us through so many hoops. All of the drama has caused many of us to be completely cynical.
You gotta have multiple bitches to stay sane. You said if you get close to these bitches, they end up fucking you over.
Exactly. And I have a cousin who went through the same shit. He just talked to me about it, right? He moves in with this girl, and he's a player, man. He's been playing with me for a long time, right? He meets this girl. He falls for her. All of a sudden, he's head over heels for her. He's on Facebook and Instagram, professing his love for her to the world. I've never seen him in this condition before in my entire life. And so he began to be more expressive to her. And that turned her off. Eventually, she told him, well, dude, you're being too emotional. You've been too sensitive. What happened? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so he learned at that moment, you can't be emotional with these bitches because they view emotions as weakness, especially black women.
Yes.
And this is why black men for so long, we have only expressed ourselves through sex. It's because from the time that we're practically born, our mothers and other women in our lives, they discourage us from being emotional, from expressing how we feel. We bottle that shit up so that we're not called simps and bitches and weaklings by our own women. So that's the monster they've created. So you have a lot of these niggas out here now, man, who are simply trying to get pussy because they know bitches ain't worth shit otherwise. That's what it is.
There you go. 646-668-2519 is the number to call. Area code 773. You're on live with Donovan and Corey. Go ahead.
Hey there, Donovan.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Man?
Hey, not too much, man.
Hey, dude. Hey, here's the crazy thing. I was just recommended to your channel last night by another real red pill brother, and I cut your broadcast today, so, like, this is Providence in the making right here.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's one thing I want to say right here, is that one thing I noticed is that men been messing women over for, like, centuries and stuff like that. And then now it's coming back to bite us in the ass. But at the same time, we can't feed into this drama of trying to cater to women like that. Because historically, we had to provide for them so much because that was our role in life. And then now what they're trying to do is use both sides of the fence. And I'm going to be independent and be dependent at the same time. Ooh. And you got to tell ladies, like, that's not going to work.
Ooh.
Both of us are working. Both of us are capable adults that can take care of ourselves. And you went through this feminist movement, or you went through this equal rights movement, and now you're being treated with equal rights. and all of a sudden
now
have
you
a
don't like
problem
it.
with that.
Listen, check this out. Women love chivalry when it serves their purpose, right? Oh my God, I can't believe you didn't pay for my meal. Well, wait a minute. I thought you were strong and independent. I thought we were going Dutch, right? But then when they cause trouble or they make a mess, they want you to jump in. Or when you try to hold the door open for them, well, I can hold it. No. They like all this stuff that comes easy. Check this out. Women are never independent, and I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why women can be sexually irresponsible, the reason why women can fuck niggas into the triple digits and not have to worry about anything is because of the U.S. government. You see, here's the thing. Back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, if you were a ratchet asshole and got knocked up by a street nigga, guess what? You were ass out. Right? Like, listen, you were given the scarlet letter. Right. You were ostracized from the community. You were destitute. Lord, God only knows what happened to these bitches. These days, it doesn't happen. As a matter of fact, being a ratchet at hoe is incentivized by the government. The government literally tells these bitches in no uncertain terms, the more kids you have, the more we're going to take care of you. You got 3 kids? Cool. We're going to give you a 4-bedroom house. You got 4 kids? Now we're going to give you $1,500 worth of food stamps that you can go and sell to niggas like me on the 3rd of the month at the local grocery store. We're going to give you free free healthcare and Medicaid. There used to be built-in deterrents for women not to be ratchet ass hoes, but now being a hoe is incentivized. Women now know that they can have all of their non-sexual needs provided for them by the government and these simp ass niggas. They can go out and get that alpha dick anytime they want because they know if a mistake were to happen, they're not going to be ass out. At the end of the day, they're going to be taken care of by either the government and or these white knight simp ass niggas.
To add to that, because we've accepted that shit.
Yep.
We've accepted it.
Yep.
If you're a fan of the NFL or the NBA,
of course,
you notice that the product has dropped. You're no longer going to watch the fucking games because, well, this isn't the same. The talent level isn't the same.
Right.
I'm not paying for tickets. I'm not watching the games because I am not supporting the reduction of productivity. I don't like the way the league is going. It's the same thing that happens with these women. We aren't holding them to the same standards they're holding us to. There are a lot of niggas out there, man, who will wife up a girl who has 2 or 3 kids and lay up with her, eating her little son's fruit snacks and shit on her bed, watching her free cable with her lights are on, shit, free Section 8 housing. Niggas will do this shit and be happy about it. But we content and satisfied with these raggedy assholes with all these damn kids. That's the problem. Once we begin holding them to higher standards, we'll actually be more satisfied with the pool of women that are available. It's because we are allowing them, we're tolerating this bullshit. Once that changes, the game will change.
Let me ask you this, because a lot of and this is a shaming tactic of women the world over, mostly black women. They see guys like Corey Haywood, Donovan, Sharpe. They say, "Oh, you guys are just bitter." What do you say to black women who call men like us bitter? Y'all are just bitter. You guys are crybabies. What do you say about that?
You see, so it comes across as if I'm bitter. So you're misinterpreting how I feel.
Sure.
I'm apathetic.
Ooh.
I'm indifferent. I have no feelings one way or the other, and it's because of what I've observed and what I've experienced on a personal level. Okay, I've only dated black women exclusively because I felt at one point like I was obligated to. Like, well, as a black man, I need to be loyal to black women.
Right.
And of course, black women will always remind you, well, your mama's black.
There you go. Well, you know what?
She's black. Your sister is black. You know what I'm saying? Don't guilt trip you into that shit thinking, okay, well, my mama is black, so I guess I should be dating black women.
Guess what? I'm not trying to, listen, I'm not trying to fuck my mom, man. Not trying to fuck my mom. Sorry. Next question.
I'm not going to do that. I've dated enough black women to know, and once again, I want to say that there are plenty of black women who do not fall in this category.
Sure.
You have to find them. You have to sift through the trash and find them. They're out there. So I don't want to lump all black women into one category because that's unfair. However, there has been a sharp increase in ratchet-ass bitches over the last, I'd say, couple years, 5 to 10 years.
Yep.
And so we have to address that shit. And so when you call me bitter, no, bitch, that's not the truth.
Nope.
I just know the game. I can see through you. And I'm not going to allow you to manipulate me like you do a lot of these other niggas. So when I talk this way, it's not because I'm mad at you. It's because really I pity you. I feel sorry for you because I know that you'll never amount to anything. You never contribute anything significant to your community or to the world in general. And I can only hope and pray that you'll change. That's really what you hear in my voice. It's not anger. It's sorrow.
Here's the thing. They can call us angry all we want to. at the end of the day, Corey, if we decide not to date black women, now you date black women because you're attracted to them or whatever. If for whatever reason you just decided not to date black women anymore, you're still gonna be all right, right? Because we have far more sexual options than black women do. Dude, listen, keeping it real, the only niggas checking for black women are niggas. White dudes ain't listen, just because you heard of a friend of a friend of a friend, her black cousin got with a white guy, that doesn't make it the norm. Just because Meghan Markle, who's not y'all, married Prince Harry, no. Black women and women in general, black women especially, live their lives through what I call outlier TV. They watch shows like Grey's Anatomy, where the show's one of the show's main characters, a black woman who is the head of surgery, short, fat, and black, fake hair, and she's married to an Adonis of a husband. They think that this is the norm. Every doctor is a woman. Women are in charge. No, sweetheart. That is outlier TV. And black women they need to understand, they need to live their lives in the present. Not on TV, not on reality TV, Basketball Wives, Real Housewives of pick a nigga city, Real Housewives of Atlanta. They need to understand that at some point they have to live in their own world. I'll give you the last word.
These bitches have been bamboozled. They've been hoodwinked. I'm gonna get on my Malcolm X right now. You know what I'm saying? You bitches have been convinced by the powers that be that you're better than what you actually are. And of course, I'm not trying to tear anyone down, to build myself or to build black men up. All I'm trying to do is to make black women understand that you need to be realistic about who you are. You need to make better choices.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you will continue to repeat this vicious and unhealthy cycle. And black men aren't having it anymore. We are leaving in droves.
That's right.
Going into the arms of other women. Because we don't give a fuck. Initially, we were like, we're going to fuck with y'all because, yeah, you do got a fat ass. You do give me some pretty good head. You got,
but just because, listen.
Cook me some tacos and fried chicken. All of this shit, like, okay, well, we'll stick with the bitch because we feel obligated to. But it's like now, the drama has become too much.
It's not worth it, man. It's not worth it.
Niggas who are enlightened, who are smarter, and they're just not taking it anymore. And they're moving on. I know niggas who ain't even fucking with women in general. They're like, you know what?
Oh, yeah.
I would rather jack off and play video games than fuck with these bitches. Now, that's a sorry existence, but I know a nigga who's been through enough to where he's like giving up. Like, you know what? Fuck it. Don't even want it anymore.
You know what? It's interesting. I don't want to veer into another topic because I think that's something that you and I can speak on. But yeah, there are a lot of men, and this isn't even a color thing. This is a gender thing. You got a lot of men out here who have completely given up on women. Now, a lot of people out there think that these men call themselves MGTOWs. No. MGTOWs are men going their own way. Most MGTOWs are into fucking women. Any MGTOW who has given up on women in general is what we call an incel, an involuntary celibate. Now, there are a lot of guys out there who could be fucking with women, but they don't because it's just not worth the headache. It's really not. And here's the thing, and I guess we'll end it with this. Here's the thing, Corey. What makes this so tragic is that black women could corner the fucking market on black men, man. Black women have the very best genes. Like if black women keep themselves in shape, they got the big titties, they got the nice asses, the nice legs, athletic looking bodies. Like if they would grow their natural hair, get out of this ratchet ass hood rat mentality, they could corner the market on black men. But we've got too many simp ass niggas who've been in the game for too long. Black women think they deserve more than, just like what you said, they think they deserve more than what they actually deserve, and their value has plummeted. Listen, man, black women are never going to improve their sexual stock in my lifetime. I don't know. I don't know. What say you?
They won't improve. They won't improve because we won't force them to. We won't require them to. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What has been, and this actually flies across the entire spectrum here. Okay. Women in general, what they have managed to do, and I'm actually impressed by it, is they have managed to convince us that they're superior.
Ooh. Oh my God.
What they have done is they've given birth to a generation of beta males, right?
Yep.
This happened probably maybe a decade or a couple generations ago. They gave birth to a generation of beta males, and these beta males have grown up to be leaders. They've grown up to be in positions of power in the media, in other industries, and they have changed the narrative, really, so that the idea of masculinity is toxic, quote unquote. It's undesirable, quote unquote. So you have men like you and me and others who prefer women to be submissive, to be feminine, ladylike, elegant, graceful. Men like us, we're evil. We're the bad guys. And it allows them really to lower their own standards. They don't necessarily need to conduct themselves like ladies anymore because they've convinced the world that being a lady is misogynistic. Well, how do they know what being a lady is supposed to mean? They're men. They don't know. And so now the idea of being a lady is completely obsolete. They have managed to create a world in which they can do what they want, say what they want, and no one has the balls or the courage to question them. And that's why we're in the position that we're in.
Corey, it's been a pleasure, man. This show definitely came way too late. You and I are most certainly like-minded. We've exchanged numbers. Listen, I'd love to have you on here in the not too distant future, man. You really brought the thunder today, man. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you having me, man. Thanks.
All right, man. Take care. Corey Alexander Haywood on here with your boy Donovan Sharpe. Man, Corey was dropping bombs early, but again, he speaks the truth, man. Black women can hate on Michael B. Jordan for not dating them all they want to, but this is hit dog syndrome. If they really weren't concerned, if this really wasn't a concern for them, they wouldn't have said anything. They're losing their shit because there's an element of truth in his alleged dating options. So listen, we'll see what happens. Like I said, I don't think black women are ever going to change in my lifetime. Thank you guys all for tuning in to the special edition of Sharpe Shorts. Of course, be sure to tune in Monday. I'm doing a show Monday through Wednesday. I'm going to be in Atlanta next week. I'm actually flying out to Atlanta on Thursday and going down there to spend some time with my family. And so I'm looking to have a good time down there. My mother, my brother, my sister are down there, so that'll be a good time. So only 3 shows this week. That's why I'm trying to get them all in here on the weekend. Maybe definitely keeping the content up. But tune in tomorrow at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific for another episode of TSR Primetime. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you next time.